But these Hellions are just like, sup, dude? And you shouldn't lose a Hellion to those links. And he won't. Immediately going to pull SCV to repair. Nicely done. The mules come down. And I just love this. You know, he's going off one Tech Lab starport. And instead of waiting until the late game to be like, yo, let's just get a couple Ravens out and maybe a Banshee, he's like, no, I'm going to mix this in with my mech composition. I'm going to slowly just trickle in the Banshees. I'm going to trickle in the Ravens. And by the time he gets Seeker Missile, by the time he researches it, he's going to have a Raven with full energy.
Yep, I mean, right now, Terius has a lot of queens, so hopefully he'll be using those eventually to transfuse.
Now Hive Tech is starting. Roach Speed's about to finish. Overlord drop is done, Overlord Speed is done. We're going to see another Doom drop, but I think that's so much harder to do on this map, honestly.
Yep, I mean...
And since he's tankless with the Thors, it's not like he's going to be able to push with Mutalisks. So he's going to be able to send his Banshees wherever the drop is. He's going to send his Banshees and his Thors, and the Banshee DPS, I don't think a Roach drop's going to do it. He sees the large pack of clumped Overlords with speed and the Roaches, so he's got to be expecting this. He doesn't have the Sensor Tower as natural, but he has to see this coming.
Yeah, once you see
honestly,
a big clump of Overlords like that.
Yeah, and even if he brings the Thors, even if he kills the missile turrets, like, he can't stop the Banshees because he's in Beastie's base. He's going to be in Beastie's base. The Thors will be able to tear the Mutalisks apart, and the Banshees will be able to tear the Roaches apart.
He's actually bringing all 4 queens in there just to deal with Mutalisk. I mean, just deal with the Banshees.
I think that's kinky in the sense that he can maybe force a lift and then put a creep tumor down, which would be interesting to see if he did that. But he's pulling everything away.
Yeah, I mean, even with transfuse,
I think looking at this lost tab, this is just going up very quickly for Terius. I'm not sure he killed the amount that he needed to. He barely killed any workers. He barely took out any of the Thors. If anything, all he killed were really Hellions in terms of the units lost tab. And I think Beastie's in a really great spot now, and I think that was a huge blunder by Terius. He's actually going to be pulling back to go for a second drop as well. I think this is. I mean, Beastie's moving out right now, but the Banshees will be able to come back in time, and there aren't even any SCVs here. And the point defense drone actually blocking the Queen shot. And he's really just going to be able to kill all of this for free. He's going to try to run the Roaches up. He gets a tank, but Beastie's core army composition isn't based off of the tanks. He's just going to kill all of this. And I feel like Beastie now, he's just going to be like, okay, you've invested a lot into this. His Greater Spire is not done. He has enough Banshees that he can actually pick off any neural parasiting. So even though neural parasite is being researched and there's a Greater Spire, with Thors, he has Vikings, he's got a Raven. He barely has any tanks. What are the Broodlords going to stop? Honestly. Oh, Fungal on the Banshee. He really doesn't want to lose a nice cloak. Very sexy. And the Thors have arrived with the Viking support. And I feel like Beastie's just going to kill him here.
Yeah, Beastie's going to walk forward and just destroy him. I don't like who he is at all. He's going Broodlord, but he's
we do have a Roach counterattack at the 3rd, but I don't think this is going to really change the game, to be honest.
Yeah, unless he's just strictly base raises.
Mules calmed down for repair. Neural Parasite's done, but he has one Infestor, and it doesn't have enough. It doesn't have enough energy for a Neural. The Infestors that come out won't have enough energy for Neural, and the Banshees. The Banshee has great DPS for sniping the Infestors. So I feel like the Terran player's pretty much gone beast mode, and he's just gonna. I don't know.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do here. I mean,
I don't think there's any way. He has Broodlords. There are some Vikings out. But there aren't a lot of tanks to splash him, and all he needs to do is target fire the Roaches and not let the Broodlords kill him. Because he doesn't have any way of killing the Vikings, so the Vikings are just going to kill the Broodlord. And the Banshees can kill everything else. I think this is, I feel like this is game.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do. I mean, there's some Infestors, but I think just that going Muta at all was just kind of wait, like he based gas.
Yeah, I just don't know why, yeah.
And then, I mean, he made so few Infestors.
It looks like BC's actually just going to pull back. He's making Vikings. I feel like he doesn't need to pull back. I feel like he just needs to maybe just reconvene, get a couple more going. He's going to siege up. I mean, the fact that he doesn't have his 3rd really going anymore is really bad. But I guess he's just going to pull back, secure more bases, remax, just max out, and then just go kill him. I think that's pretty much what's going to happen here. I don't think Beastie is in a position to lose this. He's got a Zerg on 2 base with Hive, and really 4 Broodlords with no upgrades aren't going to stop Beastie's 2-2 mech. especially since he has such easy access to produce Vikings.
I think that roach drop is pretty all in, and since he did all that and did like no damage, he spent all his gas on roaches, and then he had 2 infestors at home. It's like he needed way more infestors to deal with that. If he had like maybe 8 infestors with some roach and corruptor, I think he would have held perfectly fine because he would have been able to fungal and spam infested marines to get the banshees out of the way with queens. And I think he shouldn't have brought his queens along in the drop either.
Yeah. That really messes your production up. If you look at his hatches that are injected, he's actually moved his queens out with his army, I think. Yeah, the queens are going out with his army. He's going to try one desperate, not even maxed push. He's not going to break a PF with four Broodlords. Versus how many Vikings are on the field? No, he doesn't have a chance. There's not even enough. There's nowhere near enough fungals.
Yeah, we'll be seeing a GG soon. I mean, there's nothing. He should know there's nothing he can do.
Is the supply close? Yes, but you have to consider that there's 72 drones on the field, and there's a lot of roaches, and those things, it's like, well, workers obviously take supply, and roaches take, a stupid amount of supply. The Banshees have been split. He's just gonna walk in, snipe the infestors, and Vikings are gonna do their work. And I think this is, he's making it. This is gonna be the final fight, really.
Yeah,
Thor's siege tanks, Banshees. These mixed in Banshees just caused so much damage.
2-2 Thors versus 2-2 Roach.
It was this was a really amazing series to watch, and both players, they really played crazy well. I think what Terius was doing from the start just didn't work versus Mech, and I feel like he should have just opened roaches, and that's going to be the GG. Empire.Beasty will take the crown for the Realm Esports Sunday Slam #2 in an amazing series.